Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. I had a request a while back to do a video on Mindmed. I heard about it, didn't really know much about it, but once I get to looking at it, it looks pretty interesting. In doing so, I also found some other information here. This is a little bit older, from January 4th, 4 top psychedelic stock picks for 2021. And then I also found this 5 Groovy Baby psychedelic stocks to buy. You're probably all going to think I'm a pill popper, pothead, and so on, all the stuff that I've been talking about lately, but it's not all my fault. It's been requests on some of it, but it is pretty interesting stuff, and I hear a lot of people talking about it, so I thought I'd take a shot at it. And we'll see if some of these overlap. This is the 4 top psychedelic stock picks for 2021. And I'm just going to kind of skim over this one. Like I said, I was just going to do one on Mindmed, MMEDF, and as you can see, it's an over-the-counter. I always recommend, you can buy these on TD Ameritrade. I recommend buying them on Fidelity. If you buy them through TD, you're going to pay about $7 to trade these when you buy it and when you sell it. So if you want to save $7 and apply it towards the purchase of the stock, I would recommend going to Fidelity. They don't charge a fee there. But on this one, it's Mindmed, Compass Pathways. This is the only one you can trade this one on Robinhood. So if you are still using Robinhood, or if you're looking to get rid of Robinhood, I have quite a few links in the description, whether it be Moomoo, Webull, so on. Firstrade's another good platform. You can get a free stock from any one of those, or use them all. I don't care. So get the free stock and sell it and buy something else. But it's talking here about the saw their money triple, even quadruple. Psychedelic stocks are the fast-moving sector characterized by companies many analysts would consider speculative and overpriced. And in doing so, I also found a psychedelic ETF, which I thought was kind of interesting as well. It's talking about bulldozing their way to higher prices in 2021. We have said it before, and we will say it again: the real money in psychedelics will be made from FDA-approved drugs for the treatment of depression and mental health. So once I got to looking into these, they sounded a little bit more interesting. I wasn't really for sure what Mindmed was all about, and I'd heard about it and never really researched it, but there's tons of this nasty D word out there, especially through this pandemic. There's just a lot of people that I've talked to that have friends who don't even want to leave their house for fear of the CV-19, the Rhinoceros Rex. You got to wear a mask and so on, which I'm tired of. I was over the Rhinoceros Rex about a couple months ago, but I know this was pretty popular before the pandemic, but from what I've read, it's increased. Unfortunately, depression, alcoholism, and so on. So just from everybody staying home. Some people need to be around people, and some don't. But and the mental disorder. So again, I'm not making fun of anybody that has any of this. I mean, this is a major concern to a lot of people. Right here it says mental health experts find a strong link between loneliness and depression and drug overdoses. So that's the point that I was trying to make, and you can pause the article and read the rest there for yourself. I got actually too much information to go over. As a result, mental health disorders are on the rise in every country and could cost the global economy up to $16 trillion annually by 2030. So that tells me that the issue's not getting any better, so it's probably getting worse, especially if there's another lockdown. So feel free to pause and read the rest there for yourself. But this one kind of goes over Mindmed. Again, it's over the counter. And this one goes over 2020 Global. That's on the pink sheets, TWGL. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Well, here's some prices, but we'll hit some of these. So this one's 20 cents to over $2. We'll hit some of the others in the other article. Cross Pathways. This one you can buy on Robinhood, so it's $47.90. And I still use Robinhood from time to time. I'm trying to get away from it, but I still trade on it from time to time and just trying to move my money towards Dough and Webull. I'm really starting to like Dough, D-O-U-G-H. You can find that in the description. Numinous Wellness, I think that's how you say it, ticker LKYSF, is a Canadian that has been granted a license in Health Canada. Now then we'll get a little bit more in depth in these on the other article. Thought that one would list the price, but it didn't. This article I actually like better. The 5 Groovy Baby, if you follow Austin Powers. Psychedelic Stocks to buy. Psychedelic stocks could have another far out year ahead. For one, the U.S. FDA supports its use, calling drugs like psilocybin a breakthrough therapy in the treatment of severe depression. In fact, according to New York University, psilocybin, I think that's how you say it, psilocybin, helped produce substantial and sustained improvements in anxiety and depression. And these two words here, tons of people have it. And some, unfortunately, they don't tell anybody they have it and commit suicide, drink, the list goes on. So the more I dug into these, the more I'm fascinated with some of these, because I really see the potential with these. So for it may be only a matter of time before big pharmaceutical companies begin to take interest in incorporating psychedelics, which could be another huge opportunity for the stocks. But again, this one goes over Mindmed, Cybin, Filled Trip. That's kind of a funny one. Health, Trippy, Compass Pathways, Midicine Innovations Group. I do not currently own any of these. I've heard Mindmed quite a few times. As you follow my channel, I'm into a lot of MJ stocks. I think that's where I first heard about it. But these, I have not gotten into them, but I'm kind of intrigued, kind of interested in them now. So after reading about them, again, this goes over the ones to buy. Mindmed. Over the past few months, Mindmed ran from 33 cents to a high of $5.07. Currently consolidating at $3 a share. I'd like to see the stock test its previous high. As the psychedelic story goes mainstream, the company hopes to use psilocybin, LSD, and ecstasy to help treat mental health issues such as anxiety, addiction, and ADHD. In addition, the company just completed its pre-IND investigational new drug meeting with the United States FDA for LSD assistance therapy for anxiety disorder. So very cool stuff. A lot of different things that they could help here with anxiety, stress, depression. They all kind of go hand in hand. So unfortunately, a lot of people that have depression have anxiety and vice versa. So and again, I'm not making fun of anybody that has anxiety, stress, depression, any of those. the list goes on. I'm just making a video here and just stating my opinion about all of them. This kind of goes into the dosage. Moving on here, the next one is CYBN, Cybin Incorporated. Since going public in November, Cybin stock ran from a low of 50 cents to a high of $2, and it could see further upside. So some of these are fairly cheap. That's probably why they're over the counter. Like I said, I just kind of started studying these and put enough together to make a video and see if anybody's even interested in any of these, and see who out there has these, as I find they're kind of interesting. Feel free to pause and read the rest there for yourself. We got to move on here. So Field Trip Health, another top psychedelic stock to consider is Field Trip Health. Since bottoming out at $1.87 in October, the stock exploded to a high of $5.50. Now at $3 is still worth paying attention to. So that's what I feel. I mean, just take all these tickers and put them on a watch list, and just kind of see what you come up with. Again, this is the only one that's on Robinhood out of the 5. Compass has become one of the most valuable psychedelic stocks, with a market cap of $1.57 billion for several reasons. Its psilocybin-based treatment. COMP360 is a phase 2 trial for treatment-resistant depression. It has just joined the Psychiatry Consortium to help identify and validate treatments to address the unmet needs of people living with mental health issues. 3, the company entered into agreement with the University of Sciences in Philadelphia to explore and develop psychedelic and other compounds targeting the 5-HT2A receptor, a receptor in the brain that could help with mental health issues. Next is Midicin Innovations Group. Since bottoming out at 15 cents, it's now up to 35 cents and could push higher. So, I mean, some of these you could, not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, but you could throw 10, 20 bucks. If you had 10, 20 bucks just to waste, you could get quite a few shares and just let them sit there and see what they do. I mean, if these are all going to run up by 2030, as I told you in the beginning, you never know what they could turn into. You might turn tens or $100 into a couple thousands or tens of thousands. Who knows? So, if you want to know if I'm purchasing any of these, I haven't quite decided. Kind of toying with the idea, but definitely be ones to put on a watch list. This is back to the Mindmed website. Breakthrough mental healing. We need patients to unlock the healing power of mind through psychedelic-inspired medicines and experimental therapies. Signed a partnership with Swiss psychedelic drug discovery startup Mind Shift. So it looks like there's a lot of activity going on with these. They're experimenting, of course, trying to get a new tool set for mental health and addiction. Solving for mental illness and addiction requires a novel approach. Again, help with anxiety, experiential therapies, transcending traditional mental health care to treat anxiety, ADHD and addiction, psychedelic-inspired medicines, unlocking a new kind of healing for ADHD and addiction, psychedelic innovation, new gen R&D, developing new compound therapies, methods, and technologies to optimize patient outcomes. And just got a lot of clinical trials, so a lot of this is really interesting. As I told you on one other video, if you follow my channel close enough, I still do massage therapy part-time. I've been doing it for 20 plus years, and you'd be amazed when you have a person on the table what they'll tell you. There's some days I feel like a therapist, so that's why I've always been intrigued by psychology and psychotherapy, and it's exhausting though when you talk to somebody, but A lot of people need to talk, so I've always had an interest in psychology. Patients and therapists deserve care that transcends traditional symptom management cycles, advancing long-term mental healing. And this is actually their website, mindmed.co, so feel free to take a look at it. It's kind of an interesting website. Our healing goes beyond just a pill. Discover, develop, and deploy. So, I mean, really interesting stuff here. And it looks like they've been in quite a few different articles. Like I said, this is the one that I've heard about the most. This could save lives, cure depression, help alcoholism, get people off opiates. Why wouldn't I want to be invested? Right there you have it, Shark Tank. Mindmed named one of the 36 startups that could change the world. Mindmed could have a key to providing the upsides of psychedelic drugs for both focus and addiction treating while cutting out the downsides of tripping. Very trippy. And there's the team. Our medicines, our focus. Here's the actual Mindmed, so it's $4. And you can kind of see what it's done over the week. Kind of had a nice run up, so up a little bit over the last month. And here's the world's first psychedelic ETF debuts. And this is just actual on January 27. Psychedelics just went mainstream. The world's first psychedelic ETF exchange traded fund. As you follow my channel, I just did a bunch of MJ ETFs in regards to the MJ action last week. So if you want a little bit of a safer play, you can check those out. We'll begin trading Wednesday Horizon Psychedelic Stock Index ETF. Unfortunately, on the Canadian Neo Exchange under ticker PSYK. Among the companies included in the ETF are New York-based Mindmed, which is backed by Shark Tank. Mindmed has seen a soar in the stock of 250% in the past 3 months. Other American and Canadian life sciences companies include in the ETF's initial portfolio AbbVie. I still haven't purchased any AbbVie. I need to. A lot of people talk about the nice, fat, juicy dividend. I think it's 5-something%. This is the one that you can trade on Robinhood, Seal, and Nova. I'll click on that and see where it goes. So I'm going to have to do some more research on this ETF here. Since it's Canadian, and then here's Reddit in regards to Mindmed, bullish, penny stock, psychedelics. So quite a bit of talk on here. Like I said, I've heard a lot of talk about this one. I just haven't really looked into it, and I had a request, and I thought, well, now's the time. So Mindmed. Not long ago, I remember this group at least 1,000, not only getting started IMO, now it's at 9,000, so it's almost tenfold. $10 must be. So, shroom boom coming. We're in early stage. 1 to 3 years, $50 could be. So that's the point that I'm saying. I'm kind of bullish on it now that I start looking into it. Hello, the red bud. Oh, hello there, bud. So everybody's bullish on it. I mean, it's pretty interesting. So another move higher. Neo, Fubo. So one to watch. Like I said, just put them all on a watch list and see what happens with them. And they're all interesting companies to look at. But that's the back to the original here. If you haven't hit that like button, if you could go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, that would really help out the channel, and that gets the videos out to more people, and that way that helps grow the channel. But that's it for the 4 top psychedelic stock picks for 2021. And then we had the 5 Groovy Baby psychedelic stocks to buy. So just a couple days apart. That's kind of interesting how they each came out a little bit apart. But again, those are all over the counter. This is the only one here on Robinhood. Nothing against Robinhood. I still use it from time to time, but I'm trying to get away from it. Like I said, if you looking for a different platform, they're all in the description. Go ahead and help yourself. Again, I thank you for all the support, all the watching the videos, and if you have any requests, put those in the description, and I'll see what I can do. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.